welcome to the channel. So today we're going to look at Clark Mine Datolite, and sort of how to identify Clark Mine Datolite, how to get to Clark Mine, and also just some of the different characteristics of Clark Mine Datolite. It's very much a special type of datolite that collectors really go after, and Clark Mine has absolutely some of the most fantastic color datolites that you're going to come across. And Clark Mine is just it's cemented itself as one of the premier datolite collection localities, and for sure it's a very unique type of datolite. And I've got a few pieces here that we're going to take a look at right now, and just sort of examine some of the characteristics of Clark Mine Datolite and what it might look like when you're looking for it. Well, I've got laid out here a few pieces of Clark Mine Datolite, and so I just want to sort of I want to first start out by showing you maybe the back side of this one right here in the middle. This one is has been cut, and I've kind of kept it a secret on purpose what it looks like inside. But so when you flip this over and you see what's on the inside, you see this amazing, glossy, just attractive, really cool inside of these nodules. And if you see these from the backside, they're just not that overwhelming. In fact, they're underwhelming. They're really white. But one key aspect in Clark Mine Datolite, and how you know you found a nodule, is you see this on my fingers here, this white chalk dust. It literally just comes off these nodules, and you can't help it. It's just kind of one of the characteristics of Clark Mine Datolite. But the inside of these nodules is absolutely terrific. I mean, it just has a glossy, like a peach mauve color to it, and it just, most of this stuff just looks absolutely incredible. And it takes a perfect polish. It's just really unique datolite. And let me see, this is a nodule also that's a little bit different color, but the same characteristics. You have that white outer shell, and you can kind of see it's still getting all over my fingers. But the inside is just a real clean, let me see if I can get a little bit of a smudge on that one. But it's a real clean, glassy look on the inside, and it's very attractive as far as, color and what people are looking for in datolite. Now, let's just say you're out in the field and you're looking for a piece of Clark Mine Datolite. What are you looking for? So I've got this piece here. This is actually a look-alike. This is just not Clark Mine Datolite, although it came out of the same container that I had marked Clark Mine Datolite. But if you look at this stuff, if I wash my fingers off, you're not going to get that chalky residue off on your fingers on this particular one. And so right away, that's a giveaway. It's probably your first clue that it's not datolite. Second clue is, the closer you look at it, it really is just a piece of chert. So you're going to probably come across a lot of them that look like this. But if you don't get that chalkiness off on your hands, it's really one of your first clues it's not datolite. And this one actually has a fossil in it, if you can see it. So certainly not. Let's move on. So this piece right here, this is a piece of Clark Mine Datolite, and this also, it gets chalk all over your hands just by touching it. And this one's not cut yet, but I have a high confidence that this is going to be a datolite nodule inside, however small. It's definitely going to be datolite. And I can kind of get a little clue here. Sometimes you get that little bit of a clue. It's a kind of orangey on the outside. If you look at this one, you've got kind of that orangey chalk color to it. And that's also kind of a dead giveaway. But not always. Sometimes it'll just be white. So here's a couple other nodules. These are kind of small, but I'm not even sure if there'll be much left of that one once it's cut, but nonetheless, it's definitely a Clark Mine Datolite. So now we've taken a look at Clark Mine Datolite and what to look for as far as, you know it when you see it, you have it in your hand, and you know what you're looking for kind of out in the field. It's not like any other Datolite you're going to find, just because of just that chalky layer that's kind of over top on surrounding that piece of Datolite. You'll really never be able to identify it if you're looking for that cauliflower looking, piece of Datolite. Just probably not going to find it that way. It's more or less a white chalky outside. It literally just gets all over your fingers, and then if you're digging for it, there'll literally be like a white chalk ball of dust in the dirt, like around that piece of Datolite as well. So those are some clues to kind of help you identify it when you're digging. It really is easy to identify once you know what you're looking for. So we're going to get to the computer. I'm going to show you some things on Google Earth, which it's a program I really like, and it's kind of the best way that we can kind of go there together and kind of virtually see the mine and maybe the way to get to the mine, and just kind of give you a little bit more of an experience. So we're going to try it that way, and follow me. Let's get to the computer and we'll check it out. So our adventure today is going to begin here on Google Maps, and this is actually the Google Earth program, which I absolutely love. So we're going to zoom in here. We're going to go to Copper Harbor first, and where we're going to end up is Clark Mine. And Clark Mine is a really, really great place to find great Datolite. Let me rotate the map upside down here so that it's just a little bit easier to, there we go. Just a little bit easier to get to Clark Mine if I flip this map upside down. Here is the town of Copper Harbor, and so you're just going to take this road right here past the visitor center, and it goes to the campground. And let me zoom back out a little bit, and this road just kind of takes you out, and it's just along this road towards the Clark Mine. And so on the way there's Manganese Falls right here, which is absolutely awesome. If you get out of the car somewhere around right here and you walk along, you can kind of see the falls and you can hear the falls. And the falls kind of turn away and they go this way. If I zoom in here, you can kind of see that path that the water takes. But anyway, in fact, right here there's a car. It could be even stopped, and there's a spot you can actually get out and kind of hear the falls and see them. So definitely worth stopping and taking a look at on your way to Clark Mine. Let me zoom out just a little bit. So you take this road up past Lake Manganese right here, and you're going to keep going up until there's this little sign up here, and it's a split in the road, and you turn left. And I believe there's a sign here that says Clark Mine, and it points this way. So I'm just going to zoom in right here. And so you take this road right along this, it's kind of like a swamp, and you come up to this, you come up to here, and right here is where Clark Mine is. So you take this road all the way down. There's a nice place to park right here at Clark Mine. And so this is basically the two main places that you're going to be looking for things in Clark Mine. And it's like basically the two main tailing piles. It's split between left and right here. And there's also, not sure if you can see it really good, but right where my cursor is, there's a really amazing smokestack, like a smelter stack left over from the mining days. So here's a picture of that smelter stack. We were just standing right next to it, and this just gives you an idea of the sheer size of this thing. It's really quite impressive and makes you feel kind of small standing next to it. And as far as I know, it's still standing, so it must have been built quite well. There's some debris next to it, and it looks like people have been kind of digging around there. And then also here's a view from the smelter back down to the pile. So it's really quite a big area to look through. And also there's these little tunnels or holes, probably for air, oxygen to get in, but this is near ground level, which is kind of neat to look at. So there's been a lot of very incredible datolite found here at this particular mine, and it's really an exciting spot for a collector to go look. Just want to kind of show you another little spot that I've come across. And so this is right back here. These are the two main little areas of the Clark mine. There's like this little road. It goes down right here where my cursor is. And let me move this up. Right here is a real low spot. It's usually covered with water. It's usually about a foot deep. You'll need like four-wheel drive to get your truck, through there a lot of times. And then you'll start to come up this hill right here where my cursor is. And right here at this turn, there's been a lot of people that have been digging in here, and there's been some success that finding some nodules right here in this area. And I'm not really exactly sure of the history here, but I'm quite convinced that like in this area right here, there was tailing piles that were discarded, and I think the tailings even extend up possibly all the way to here. And so what you'll see here is there's a lot of little mini mine holes from like people digging for datolite up here. And I want to say some of the best datolite in the Clark mine has come from this area where I'm circling in the Clark mine here. And just thought I'd kind of point that out. It's not an area where you're just going to walk and find datolite just laying there. It literally will require a lot of work. And let me see if I get a different view. So yeah, here. Basically, it's right here, and it'll require a lot of work. I mean, it is just shovel work. And a lot of the datolite would be almost 4 feet underneath the overburden here. For whatever reason, there's just a lot of, regular overburden dirt that's been on top of whatever mine piles are here, whatever tailing piles are here. But definitely there are some opportunities here if you're willing to give it a shot. And, some fantastic nodules have come out of this particular area. So just wanted to point out one more thing while you're back here. This is just an amazing area to search and just kind of explore. So what I've done is we've gone back through here, and there's some high spots out here and some low spots. And if you're into raptors and birds like I am, bald eagles, there's a really good opportunity to see some bald eagles out here. I think towards the end of this, there's a high ridge, and it's just a cool place to go exploring. So let me zoom back in here and show you one more thing about Clark Mine. And let me get the heading a little bit different. We'll go back the way we were. Okay, so going back down the hill across this little creek here, back up into the main part of the mine. This is a really good spot where my cursor is right here. And just on the lower edge here, in this, just from weathering and from, falling rock and debris and people walking along here, this is kind of a steep area. And it's not really a bad spot to look for datolite nodules, really, because this is really the only spot in Clark Mine that really ever moves, if any spots move, just from erosion and weathering. So I usually will take a trip or take a little walk down around this backside here and look for some datolites there. Just thought I'd point that out. And I'm just going to zoom out here so you get a better look about where you're at. And so this is Clark Mine way over here in relationship to Copper Harbor. So to me, Clark Mine is just one of those must-go-to adventure datolite spots, because it's just the whole experience. You drive past Manganese Falls, you take all these dirt roads kind of into the back of absolute nowhere, and then you just wonder how they were able to mine copper there and bring the ore out. And, this was a so long ago when things were a lot harder to do. And it really just puts yourself into the shoes of the people that were mining copper, you know, back then. And it just the whole experience of Clark Mine is it's just so much fun to go to. And if you happen to find a piece of Datolite on the way, that's definitely a bonus. So we're going to continue this series in Datolite, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And if you don't want to miss any, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you get notified when we put out a new video on Datolite. And you know, that way you'll be caught up. Next time, God bless you, take care, and we'll see you then.